everybody, MakDrey's Studios online, and today I want to do something really special for this New Year's Eve. So as you already know, 2025 is coming within a few hours, and I want to hit this one with a bang. Well, not literally a bang, but you know, like, I want to do something really special before we hit into 2025, because as you already know, this is the final day of 2024 before we hit it on the New Year's. I was thinking at first I was gonna do like a special video or something before we hit into 2025, or do like a clip together at least, but with everything that's been going on, I just didn't really have the energy for it. But hopefully I'll be able to do something for the beginning of 2025 at least. Like, welcome to 2025 or something, or make a new intro for my channel, or recreate my YouTube banner, which is coming up, by the way. I just need to work on the stuff. So the reason why I'm bringing you this is because my cousin has been giving me an idea lately of doing a podcast, and I thought that would be really interesting because, one, I never done a podcast before. And two, I've seen people inspire others by doing a podcast, and I really did technically do a podcast video, if you remember the election day thing, when I was telling you guys about my opinion on the election day, and telling you all that hope is not lost and everything. That's really something that, well, it's not a pure coincidence. It was God's calling to me, he's telling me that I should say something about this, and I should say it now. Like I said, I was gonna keep quiet about this, but my friend has been really desperate, like something. So, and I bet a lot of people are desperate too. So that's why I had to do it. I had to do it for you guys, to save you all from the danger. But anyways, back on topic. I just want to do this podcast about the review of 2024 and how I felt about this whole thing and how it changed me throughout the whole way, and how God worked in my life throughout 2024. And yeah, that's probably mostly it. But before that, I want to read this 2024 review I wrote on my notes like days ago, and I am going to post it on the community tab in case you all manage to see it, but I want to read this to you all anyway, because I just feel like it would be really necessary for the podcast and my thoughts about it. Because someone once told me I should read write down my thoughts in case there's something I need to think about, and then write down on them. Okay, here we go. And it's a really long one too, so be ready. Hello to everyone who's reading this right now. It's about to be the end of 2024. So I decided to write down my thoughts and feelings about this year before we go into 2025. I want to say this year has been quite a challenge for me, and not gonna lie, this year has been quite a roller coaster for me. The reason why I say this is because of some adjustments, events, and things that happened to me this year. No, I'm not saying this year was bad for me. I'm saying this because I want to set this up as an example, not just for you all, but for myself as well, to see how far I've come. This year was going a bit smooth at first when it comes to having good times, making memories, and doing everything we do as usual. However, I don't usually talk about this kind of thing, but there are some times when drama happens to me on social media, which made me want to give up. There are times when I feel like I'm a letdown, I'll never be good enough, or I might die soon and never get my chance to be in heaven because of what of a sinner I am. But those are all lies that the enemy is putting in my head. My anxiety makes me think about all those things, but I often forget that God is the one who can save me and you. I cannot save myself or get myself into heaven, no matter what good will or action I do. Jesus' blood saves me and everyone else. God loves us no matter what we've done or who we are. We just need to believe in Him, follow Him, love others like He does, and be like Jesus. Even though we could never be perfect just like He is, but we gotta try to be great examples just like He was. Even though we could still fall short, God is good to all of us all the time. He has amazing plans for us, and I'm looking forward to see what it could be. No matter what hits me, I'll never give up my faith in God. I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and God bless you all, and let's make our year better than the last one. MakDrey. So it is true about what I went through in 24. There are some times when things were getting really tough for me, and when things are extremely hard for me, and when I started to live in, fear or something like that. It really brings me down a lot, and it makes me feel broken. But there are reminders that God is always there, and God never left you, forsake you. He will never abandon you, no matter what of a sinner we really are. And no matter what happens to us, no matter how many bad things we've done, no matter how much we cost. However, there are certain decisions we have to make that could affect not only just us, but for other people as well. That's why it's important to be a great example and what kind of influencer you are. Because there are some things that you could do that causes other people effect. You know what I mean? That some people may not think of that as a big deal, but it is. It is a huge deal of when you're setting an example, it sets an example on other people. You know what I mean? That's why I usually have to be careful in what decisions I make. And I'm not saying that you all should be forcing yourselves to make whatever decision. You know what I mean? You have to be very careful in what decision you make along the way of your life. Especially what you do in 2025. And that's the reason why I'm doing this podcast episode today. Even though I don't know if it technically counts as a series. Because there are going to be some times when I'm going to be super, super busy. I don't know what podcast thing I make. I mean, I do have ideas in case I do a podcast series. But some of them might affect other people. And I really want to be careful with that. Because some communities are really sensitive of what I learned in the previous year or months ago or something like that. That's why I need to be very careful on what I say on the internet. Because I've seen it how it affects them and a lot of people too. So, yeah. However, despite what I said in my 2024 review, not everything was bad. It was a 50-50 life kind of thing. I mean, of course you're going to go through tough times in life. Everyone does. We all have our times when we are going through something extremely hard, like a breakup or anything like that. I mean, I never went through a breakup, but I did go through broken friendships, so yeah. But I won't let that affect me, though. I've moved on from it because it is what it is. So I just drop it, talk about it, and move on. But I had a wonderful time with my family. I have wonderful timing with my loved ones, my family, and our amazing times whenever I'm not on social media. I mean, it does bring blessing into my life. And my online friends usually be a blessing in my life as well, even though you guys don't really realize it. God brings me good people in life who become a blessing to me as well. Like family, friends, and all certain stuff as well. It's really needed, and it really comforts me a lot to know this, that I'm never alone. And there are also times in life when certain people are in my life that help me build up my character, develop myself, and have experience to talk to other people with in case they go through the same situation as I did. Well, there are some certain situations that I may not know how I felt about this thing, but I would try to make a scenario about that at least. Or try to go through some research about their certain situation and try to help them. I mean, that's what I do because I really care about everyone else. It's what really makes me about caring about others before myself. Because I usually care about others, like my siblings, my family, and other people. I usually care about them a lot. I'm raised to be kind. I'm born to be kind. And I always try my best to be kind towards others, even though there are some people who aren't kind to me. I still try anyway. And I also want to apologize to all of you for not being as productive on the channel like I promised, because I make a lot more short videos than I did with episodes, and that's because of a lot of things have been happening in 2024, and you guys probably know some of the events, and some of you probably don't. And it's about the dramas and everything on social media that I went through because of I don't want to go into detail about it, but it was really mostly about the OC combination, really. About how we're trying to work together, how we're trying to settle our differences, and how we're trying to get ourselves to cooperate, you know what I mean? Like, we cannot overlap the other, you know what I mean? And it's been quite difficult for me, especially it brings me down and it doesn't give me enough motivation energy. And also because of my outside life as well. I'm trying to balance my social media life and my in real life because you should really enjoy your life while it lasts because life is too short, you know what I mean? And with that, I can't make any promises if I could make more episodes of 2025, but I can try to be a little better with being productive and try to make some episodes for each series that I haven't planned and that I haven't scrapped yet. No worries, the OC Fang Gang is still on. I just need some motivation to make videos about it again. Aftermath is still on. Penny's comeback, aka my Mortal Kombat AU, is still on. I'm just trying to get the script together before I can even start working on it. And as for the other AUs, they're still on. Some AUs are still scrapped. And I'm still trying to do, get certain ideas together, you know what I mean? Plus my motivation. I know I keep mentioning motivation because it's the biggest part of my problem of why I can't get any episodes done. But I will try to be a little better, at least, with my motivation. I just need some patience. I just need a little more time. You know what I mean? I just need to get myself together and start working or try to at least get it in my schedule routine. You know what I mean? I just need to start doing it. I think I'm starting to get a little too hard on myself. But with all that said and done, thank you guys so much for being here, listening, or whoever made it this far past 12 minutes of my ranting and my opinion about 2024, my feelings, and everything else that I'm talking about before we hit into 2025. And thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening. And hopefully, with some luck, and God willingly, I could make a podcast series if I could. Or if I can think of one. And God willingly, if I could try to make some more episodes for each of my AUs. And Happy New Year's, you guys. God bless you all. MakDrey out.